Hello everyone and welcome to the second update of my Hobby Workspace series. In the first episode we looked at the workbenches and the spray booth. But this time we will focus on my 3D printing work area. The 3D printing work area is located in the basement next to my other workplaces. The bench is made from IKEA kitchen cabinets, similar to what I've used for the spray booth. However, this time I used more durable bench tops that can withstand resin, alcohol and other chemicals. I also have a paddle bin, which is used for disposing messy waste like paper towels, resin and cleaning wipes. Okay, so this is my Anycubic photon to the left, and next to it I have my UV curing station. There are a couple of electrical outlets and a light switch, and I also have a thermometer to keep an eye on the ambient temperature. On the wall I have a kitchen roll holder and my safety goggles. Next we have some useful tools as well. A tea strainer that I use for cleaning small 3D printed parts. A silicone spatula for cleaning the vat. And I also have a small bin with some assorted stuff like a pipette for dispensing IPA when cleaning, a toothbrush for scrubbing parts clean from resin, and a pair of tweezers. Finally, we have a thin metal spatula for prying off the 3D printed parts from the build plate. I also have a 3D printed funnel with a strainer at the bottom to filter out used resin when I pour it back into the resin bottle. In the first drawer I have a sprue cutter and some spare pipettes. And I have also found these cleaning wipes made from thin plastic foam, and they are perfect for cleaning the vat and other parts of the printer from resin. I also have some regular wipes made from fabric and some disposable gloves. The cleaning wipes for glasses are not used anymore, since I discovered that they scratch the FEP film. This is what the packaging of the foam wipes looks like. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to locate any other source than my local supermarket for this, so I cannot put up any links in the description. This is an interesting mod for the Anycubic photon. It's a 3D printed ventilation system for extracting the fumes from the printer. It consists of 4 parts where you replace the internal filter module with a tube that connects to the backplate. And then you add a 120mm computer fan and hook that up to a 100mm ventilation hose. And here I have the parts that got shipped with the photon, some tools, extra FEP film, user manual and stuff like that. This is where I store the jars with IPA and water that I use for cleaning 3D printed parts. I also have an ultrasonic cleaner with some funnels and a big syringe that I use for emptying the ultrasonic cleaner from the liquid. In this drawer I store different types of chemical products, including my resin. And finally we have the IKEA pedal bin. Okay, so in this demo I will prepare a model of a 1/48 scale control panel for the radio. I have switched from using the Anycubic slicer to start using Shitobox instead, because I think that it gives me more control over the slicing process and it has more options. I start by tilting the model, and after that I can start placing out supports. I'm not completely happy with one of the supports, so here you see me struggle a little bit with Shitobox to fix that. But eventually I got it where I want to have it. Okay, so it doesn't make much sense to print only one part. So I will fill the build plate with them. And after that is done, we can review the print settings. I will turn off anti-aliasing, since I want to preserve as much detail as possible. When we are happy with the settings, all I have to do is to save the file and copy it to a USB stick, so I can move it to the printer. Okay, let's set up the printer and start the print. As you can see, the FEP film is not exactly in mint condition, but it's not causing any print issues, so I haven't replaced it yet. Before I start handling resin, I put the safety goggles and some protection gloves on. I shake and tumble the resin carefully to avoid too many air bubbles. And after it's properly mixed, I pour it into the vat. After that, the vat is inserted into the printer and we can start the print. The print took approximately 1 hour. And we can now start to pry the parts loose from the build plate using the metal spatula. I use the tea strainer to collect the parts before I submerge them into IPA. And after that I dunk them into a second jar of IPA and finally into some tap water. And after that, it's rinse and repeat. And rinse and repeat. After I have cleaned the 3D printed parts, I pour the excess resin into the bottle through the funnel with a strainer. I use the rubber spatula to wipe most of the resin from the vat. Here I use the foam wipes soaked in alcohol to clean out the rest. The great thing with the soft foam wipes is that they don't scratch the sensitive FEP film. Final step is to clean the funnel from resin. And we end our session here by clean up the bench from resin and alcohol. Let's head over to the spray booth and dry the parts and check how they turned out. I use my trusty old Harder & Steenbeck Evolution CR Plus for this, and I just spray air with a pressure of 40 psi. That looks good. I'm happy with that. Next step is to make the final curing of the parts. I put them in my curing station and let them cure under a UV light for 15 to 20 minutes or so. I prefer to leave the supports on for small parts like this, but for larger objects I would tear off the supports before curing and do the final cleanup after parts have been cured. And the final step is to remove the supports using a sprue cutter and to sand down the support marks. Thank you for watching. I hope this tour of my workspace have been interesting. So with that I say happy modeling, take care, and I see you soon. Goodbye.